What's up, y'all? Happy Friday. I hope that everybody is having an amazing Friday. So it is Friday morning. Good morning. So I just wanted to come on here and just go ahead and give like a fair warning to everybody to you may want to unfollow me now. And the reason why I say that because your girl has just been reaffirmed and just mind blown by I have been saying for a while now that slavery still impacts us today, okay? We're not that far removed from slavery, and slavery in itself still have an impact. Like, we're still dealing with the ramifications of slavery upon African American people and how we are still dealing with those challenges mentally, okay? So, like, I've been saying that, but today I'm not sure. Maybe it's because of the weather, maybe because of the rain. I don't know, but all cylinders are like clicking, or maybe it's because I talked to somebody, today who has really and truly talked about their history and how their grandfather was born into slavery. And so, like, I'm just like, it just like me and her both had like these just aha epiphany moments and things of that nature. And so, like, I just wanted to come out here and say that, like, we wonder why there's so much black on black crime within the African American community and all of this other kind of stuff that is going up and down. And it's like, it has a link, a direct link to slavery. It may not look like slavery back in the day, but it's still there. It's still manifesting in different ways today because we have not properly healed from that. Okay, so like, I just really wanted to come on here and just tell y'all like that in real life y'all gonna get tired of me, because that is a narrative that we just continue to push out. Black on black crime, we need to do this, we need to do that, and it's just like, but we have to heal as a community, as a people. Like, we still need to really and truly acknowledge the fact that slavery has had a big major impact on us that has set us back, and we still to this day can link people back to family members who were born a slave. And it's just crazy to me how we just continue to downplay slavery, or especially as black people. And people like, oh, it was so far ago. No, if we can trace back to a person being born in slavery, like this lady traced back her grandfather being born into slavery. And we got to realize that although slavery may have been over in 1865, down south, it's a whole different day and all of that nature. But we still have to remember that these people, although they were free, they still had a slave mentality, and that was passed on to the next generation. You have slaves raising children. So what do you think, that although they may have been, free, but mentally, they were not free? You just can't tell somebody today, oh, you free tomorrow, and think that the practices and the things that they were doing, that they're just going to stop. No, they're not going to stop. So, like, it was just mind-blowing to me today to understand, to just really and truly talk to this young lady about it. I mean, she's not young, she's I call her young lady or whatever, but to just really talk to her about about how her grandfather was was a slave and born into slavery, and how just like that impacted like her family history and stuff like that. And so I just wanted to come on here and just say, y'all going to get tired of me, because I'm going to continue to talk about how slavery still impacts us to today, because what we have not healed from slavery, and how how as a people we were taught back in slavery to fight one another, and to, just because of the simple fact is, for whatever reason why they had us fighting against each other, killing each other for a freaking sport, and you wonder why we're still doing it to today. Like, we have not had the chance to heal from any of that. And then you want to talk, a lot of people be like, oh, we black on black crime, we got to do something. Yeah, we got to heal as a community and stop just saying that it's at all. Like, we have to stop saying that. We need to acknowledge the fact that what slavery has done to us, and as a community as a whole. Now, I'm not saying we just going to say, oh, we're going to just make it slavery as an excuse, but it is a very important part. And the thing is, if you don't heal properly from something, it's going to continue to manifest, and it's going to manifest in something different. So if you sit down, because a lot of people are just like, we're not in slave time, but we are. It looks different, but the same concept, we still live in that. So, like, that's just my whole big thing. Now, I'm going to be on this whole thing like, yo, it really did impact us as a whole. And, like, and the reason why I want to talk about it so much is because we have to heal from it. That's why therapy is so freaking important. We have to go, like, the reason why I'm such a big component, and today just really made me even be a bigger component about therapy, is because of the simple fact is, like, people could not afford therapy before us. Before our generation, right now, the millennial generation, like I tell people all the time, millennials are people of change. Like, our generation is for the change, because why? We can afford different things that our parents generation could not afford. They could not afford therapy. Most of them didn't even have insurance, and now we have the ability. We have access to insurance, and we have access to all these different things. We have access to the internet too, as well as when our parents, they didn't have it. And mind you, I'm saying our parents, I'm not even talking about our grandmothers, okay, and our grandfathers that did not have access to any of this. So it's just like, we as people, we have to change, okay? If you don't want to change for yourself, change for your ancestors. Heal from your ancestors, and understand that, like today, colorism. We talk about colorism and how colorism impacts the African American community today. But can we say where it came from? Can we say how that these people put us against each other? How it was okay to be light skinned in the master's house? Can we really talk about how they start ingraining in us at an early age, saying that how light skin is so much better than dark skin? And you wonder why we're still dealing with that today. But we don't want to acknowledge the fact, the ramifications that slavery has on us as a whole, as a community. So I'm finna be the person that's going to talk about that, and I just want to give y'all like a fair warning that this may not be for you, because we really got to put this into concept. I tell people all the time, you cannot fight something that you don't know. So if you don't know it, you can't fight it. If you don't know it, you can't heal from it. If you don't know what it is, you can't grow from it. So I'm just gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it, okay? And I want y'all to heal, and I want y'all to grow. Like, y'all have a responsibility now to go to therapy and understand about all the things that you're going through, and you have the responsibility to change your generation. We talk about destroying generational curses and all of this other kind of stuff. Therapy is something that's going to actually help you be able to identify what a generational curse is, what it looks like, and then therapy will be able to help you trace it back to your lineage and where it all comes from. Like, today, when I tell you, I was just like, bruh, like, so freaking mind blown. And it just really confirmed and affirmed, like, what I talk about when I say that slavery still impacts us to today. And that how, if we are not careful, we're still going to we're going to take that into the next generation of people. It's just going to it's going to manifest, if y'all want to call it, it's going to manifest in something different. It's just going to look like something different. That's it. Okay? So that's my soap opera. That is the hill that I am going to die on. But I do want to say that you yourself has a responsibility, if it's not to for yourself, just think about it like your ancestors. Like, we like to talk about how we're our ancestor wildest dream. Our ancestors want us to heal from this stuff too. The stuff that they went through, they don't want us to go through it at the same point in time neither. Okay, so we have access to the resources. And to my Christian folks, okay, I know that y'all talking about Jesus, the Lord is going to heal us. Yes, he is, and stuff like that. The Lord carried our ancestors. Okay, let's talk about that. The Lord carried our ancestors during that time, and so he just carried them into now we have more access and to more things that can be able to help us grow as a people. Now, I'm telling you, still pray, but still go to therapy at the same time. Get you a therapist that it still can help you and that knows the Holy Spirit. I put a post about that the other day, child. Sometimes we as therapists, we are intercessors as well. Because the reason why I say that we are sometimes intercessors is because of the simple fact is people will tell us their deepest and their darkest secret that they don't tell nobody else. So you can be at a church and you can be an intercessor, but if the person is not telling you the deep, dark down secrets that they are still holding on, you may be praying for something different. You're not praying for the underlying issue. So my thing is that as a Christian, I'm a Christian. I don't promote like that I do Christian therapy, but if a client is talk about spiritual, I'll talk about it and all that other kind of great stuff. But my thing is, therapy is what you pay for. My prayers is what you get for free because I'm a Christian. I'm your sister in Christ. And that's the free part. You know what I'm saying? But like, and oftentimes I will pray because of the simple fact is I know that the blood still works. The blood can go places that I can't go. The blood will heal places that I can't heal. And the Holy Spirit will reveal things to me that I did not know. So that's why I say sometimes that as therapists, we are also intercessors too at the same time, because like I can pray for the underlying issue that you too afraid to tell your pastor. Come on, y'all. Come on. Y'all know y'all got stuff y'all not trying to tell pastor. Y'all not trying to tell your mom. You're not trying to tell your grandmother that didn't happen. That probably happened to you as a child. Okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the abuse, the sexual abuse that you encountered as a child that you're too afraid to tell people that's now coming back and hunting you as a freaking adult. The stuff just manifests and it just manifests in different ways. Unresolved trauma comes back and it just manifests in different ways. But we don't want to talk about that though. That's why a lot of people don't want to go to therapy, because you have to reveal all of that. And it's gonna be difficult. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit up here and say the old therapy is roses and sunshine. Some days it's not roses and sunshine. Sometimes it is days of us identifying our deep dark demons, you know, and we trying to heal from it, and we trying to change things, trying to change the way that we think about things, and trying to change our perspective and things of that nature. And that takes time. That takes, like, some people be like, Danielle, it's too much today. And I'll be like, that's cool. Like, it is sometimes. Sometimes I have to do a heavy session, and the next session you coming in is going to be light, because me as a therapist, I'm not trying to run you away from therapy by giving you all of this hard stuff that we got to deal with every session after each session. No, sometimes I'll be like heavy, light, funny, heavy, because sometimes these heavy sessions take you a couple of weeks to process. So this is why we still dealing with slavery, because all of that trauma, we still have not been able to fully process it. Okay? So we're going to be talking about this a little bit more, you know, like a little bit how, you know, like it's important, how therapy right now is important for you. It's important for you because it's like you really are the person of change for your family. It is not just for you, man. It's not just for you. I had a therapy session the other day, and I was just like, I just couldn't believe some of the stuff that I actually was struggling with. And it's just like, the hell? And it could be like, it was just so freaking mind blowing, even as a therapist, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, I knew what it was. I'm not going to say that I knew what it was. I had an idea of what it was, and I took it to therapy, and I was just like, hey, look, this is what I think it is. And so he helped me process it and was like, this is what it is, Danielle. And mind you, if I would have been praying about what I initially thought it was surface level stuff. But when I got in therapy and we really processed it, I got to the underlying issue. Now I can go to God and tell God, this is what the underlying issue is. Could you help me heal from that? Oftentimes we have these surface level prayers and we wonder why prayer is not working. So that's why I say Jesus in therapy works. When you pray for something, God is going to be like, okay, this is what you prayed for, I'll give it. But if it's not the underlying issue, that's why your prayers go unanswered. Okay, come on, y'all. Like, y'all, we have to make it make sense. Okay? Like, you wonder why, Jesus, I've been praying about this. I've been praying about this depression. I've been praying about this. It's not working. I'm not being healed. God is saying, well, because you're not praying for the right stuff. You're not praying for the underlying issue. You're not praying for when your uncle or when your cousin touched you. Why? Because you don't want to go that far back, because in your mind I've dealt with it, I pushed it away, and that's all you did, just bury it, child, and it's just going to come back up as something else. Like, all of these traumas that we have, it's just going to come back up. If you don't heal from it, it's going to manifest. It'll come back up in a different manner. Okay? That's all. Then you'll have a breakdown, and then you'll be wondering about where it's coming from when a doctor tell you everything is physically okay. You're physically, I don't know what's going on. Doctor is saying you're physically okay. And one doctor is going to tell you, well, maybe we might need to send you to a therapist. Hopefully you come into a contact with a doctor that may say, we might need to send you to a therapist. And that way the therapist could help you figure out what it is. Because maybe it's mental. Because we done tried everything physically and you okay because all the tests are coming back clean. Y'all know how many people I've been getting because of that? Because of this pandemic? I tried, I'm still sick because it's kind of manifesting as physical, and the doctor is saying nothing is wrong with you, bro. So, doctor like shit, go to therapy. Maybe they can help you. And then you come back and you understand it was. Because now you're able to piece stuff together. And if you're a Christian, now you're able to pray for the underlying issue. God, heal me from this. Heal me from the person. I felt unsafe. I didn't feel wanted. Like, this person touched me. God, please allow me to forgive, myself, or whatever it is that you're going through. Like, all of these emotions, you have that you really and truly, and when freedom comes, because you're responsible, freedom, you have to choose freedom. Freedom I know a lot of people be like, freedom is free. Freedom is not free. Freedom is a choice. Okay? It's a choice that you have to make, that you want for yourself, because a lot of times freedom takes change, and you have to be willing and ready for the change. And if you are not ready for that change, and if you want to stay stuck in where you are at, you yourself is not choosing freedom, you are choosing bondage. That's a word right there. You yourself are choosing bondage, and you are not choosing freedom. Freedom is a choice all day, every day. Prime example, when people go to war, they have to sometimes people lay their life down for war. They had to make that choice to go over there to fight for us. Freedom is a cost. You have to pay something. It's not free. Only thing is free is salvation. And you still got to make the choice to go follow Jesus. I'm finna get up off of here because I gotta go. Y'all be easy. Y'all be blessed on today. And if this ain't something that you don't want to, you want to hear, just go ahead and hit the unfollow button. I understand. I'm cool with that. But understand that your girl gonna start talking about slavery more and how it's impacting us today and what that looks like in 2021. Bye.